In this video, I would like to share about AWS certification and my experience with it, why I got started with AWS certification, and what was my process regarding that. I wanted to write this exam certification for a long while. Like I've been thinking about this for the last 2-3 years now, but I've always been scared of it because one, it's an expensive exam, and I was always scared that what if I fail? What if I not get the certification and write the exam and not get certification? So I was always scared about that. Second of why, like the true why, other than like I want to, was you could say that there is a bit of imposter syndrome in me, which makes me feel like I'm not good enough yet. So I thought that, okay, certification is a good way to actually prove to myself that, okay, I have skills and I know what I'm doing. So I think that was the reason why 2 years or 3 years before I wanted to get the certification. But over the course of years, I was procrastinating on that and like trying to push it forward. But what happened this time was that one of my colleagues, he got his certification, and I was like, okay, he could do that, so why can't I? So that's the reason why I decided to go for it. I had a call with him, and we talked for a while, and he said, just do it. So we got it in the same call. Actually, we registered for the exam. I was not preparing for that, but I thought, why don't I just give it a try? And scheduled the exam for 2 weeks, just 2 weeks before like that period. So he had shared a voucher for me, which gave me 50% off on the examination cost. So that's the reason where the voucher actually expires on December 31st. So I had to write the exam before that. So I booked the date of December 30, and I had only 2 weeks. So I thought I could cover a portion of that. But coming to how I prepared, right? I thought I could cover that in the 2 weeks time that I had prepared for myself, but there were a lot of responsibilities during that short period, and I couldn't do much preparation for that. Basically, there was a Christmas, there was a few production release in the project that I was working on. There were other responsibilities, so I couldn't study that much as much as I wanted to. But then the colleague that I was talking about, he said, just download the slides and go through it once if you don't have a time, and why don't I just look at few practice questions? So that's what I did. In terms of resources, what I used was that I got the Udemy course, two Udemy courses, one by both of them is Stefan Merrick. So I think his courses are the most rated ones for this exam in Udemy. One for the content as such, so it covers the length and breadth of the syllabus. And second one was a set of practice questions. So there were 6 questions in there. And I just, so due to the lack of time, I just did 2 of them. Now I wanted to reschedule the exam for some time later, but due to the voucher that I had applied, I couldn't reschedule the exam, so I had to take that on the given date. So therefore I went for the exam, and I was very scared because A, it's an expensive exam. B, I've not studied that much. So the day before the exam, I went through the 2 question paper. I looked at few of the slides, and then I went and wrote the exam. Long story short, I got the certification. Mainly there was a luck factor also, because there were a lot of questions revolving serverless and the ecosystem revolving serverless. I have about 3 to 4 years of experience using AWS ecosystem. Um, I knew what the services were. I had played around with a lot of them. I had a bit of luck in my favor also during that exam, where the questions revolved more around the things that I've had hands-on experience on. So that actually helped also. So after completing my exam, the 2 questions that I got was that, how was the experience of writing the exam, right? So there are 2 ways you could write the exam. One is in person in the exam center by the conductor, that's Pearson in India. The second one is you could do it online. You could do it at your home. So the reason I didn't went for the online exam was that there is a rules of how you should set your environment, and you should have a video recording and things like that, and I didn't want to set all those up, so I went for the in-person exam. And second question that I get was regarding the questions. So questions are generally of MCQ type. They may be given use case for, say, a company that they want to implement something, and the question revolves around how will you implement it in a cost efficient way, or how will you design it in a proper way, a scalable way, and things like that. Now the options might sound similar, and they may feel like you could do that with all of the options, or at least some of the options, but one is the best option among that, so you have to choose that. So that's the general MCQ scenario, right? Regarding the syllabus, basically it's about the general ecosystem in AWS. So you could go to the Udemy course. I have the link in the description. You can check that out. It has almost all the necessary details on the certification itself. And if you have experience, it is good because you can write from your own experience. But if you don't have experience, and if you are someone who is pretty new, maybe you have a year of experience or something, then you could go to the uh, Udemy course. Uh, in the course, they have hands-on sections where you could actually go in and do the uh, task or the experiment in the AWS account. You just have to create a free tier AWS account for that, and you're good to go. That's all you need, right? So experience is good, but you can gain experience while studying for it. So if you are someone who is new to this ecosystem as a whole, then you should actually try it out and then go and write the exam. So is it worth it? Is it worth it in 2025? That's the question. If you ask me, like I said, I just wrote the exam that 2 weeks ago. It was more than a validation for myself and not for no jobs or something like that. But it's a validator that you have the skills necessary to do the necessary tasks. So I think that's a huge plus. So if you are thinking about AWS and certifications, I think you should go and try it out, but don't make the mistake that I made. And prepare and go. That's it from my end. I hope you learned something from this experience, and see you guys in the next one. Thank you.